6 types of people you cannot help in this life. And we will look at Proverbs 26, verse number 1 as the foundational scripture of my text. He said, honor is no more associated with fools. In other words, you cannot honor a fool. You cannot recognize a fool. You cannot praise a fool. You cannot celebrate a fool. He said the reason why you cannot celebrate a fool, you cannot praise a fool, you cannot honor a fool, is just like a snow that cannot survive in summer. A snow is just like picking an ice block or an ice cube and putting it in a plate and leaving it in the sun. And you are thinking that after 2 hours, 3 hours, or 5 hours, you will still come and meet the ice cube or the ice block. If you place the ice block in the sun for 2 hours, 3 hours, would you still see it as ice block? No, it will melt in the sun. So Solomon is saying, honoring a fool or praising a fool is like putting an ice cube in the sun and hoping you will come back and still come and see it as an ice cube. He also said it is like harvesting, a farmer harvesting his crops in rainy season. The world will laugh at the farmer. You plant your seed in rainy season and you harvest in dry time. So why do you harvest your crops during raining season? So if you find a farmer busy harvesting during rain season, rain is pouring and you are harvesting, someone will say there is something wrong with this farmer. He needs some screws to be fixed. They need to send him to a Pantan or some psychologist or psychiatrist. There must be something wrong. He said praising a fool is like constructing a road in a rainy season. In my residence area now where I live, people are busy. There's a contractor busy making roads during rainy season. And he has brought laterites more than 5-7 times. They will level the ground, it will rain, and then the place gets muddy. They bring laterites again. They spread it, it gets muddy, they bring laterites again. So you can imagine, whoever the contractor is, you can imagine the amount of money he or she may be wasting. Building roads in rainy season is like praising a fool who is not making any change. And that is what is happening in my residence. He said it is like riding a dead horse and thinking it will take you to your destination. You are riding a dead horse, beating the dead horse, praying over the dead horse, hoping that it will take you to the next destination. So out of this scripture, I am sharing with you 6 types of people you cannot help. 6 types of people. And those of you who are grandmothers, grandparents, take note of them and share them with your grandchildren. Or the first kind of people you cannot help is, number 1, you cannot help those who don't know that they have a problem. Let me pick that again. You cannot help those who don't know they have a problem. You can't help those who don't even know that he's in a problem and has a problem. Like the case of the prodigal son. He asked his father, give me all the portions that is due me. And I am sure when he went to his father, I don't believe that any good father, though wealthy and rich, the moment the son came to him, I'm asking you, imagine you have 18-year-old child, comes to you, okay, a rich man, and he's saying, Daddy, give me my inheritance now. I have realized that you are not ready to die. Give me my inheritance now so that I can just live my own life. Are you going to do that?
No, sir.
What would you do to such a son? How would you manage it?
I will have to advise him.
Now, as a good father, you will take responsibility and help him to understand. 18 or 19 years, if I should give you all this inheritance, it can ruin your life or destroy your life because you are not ready for it. So I am very sure in the story of Luke chapter 15, the father took time to talk to this son over and over. Perhaps he didn't listen. I'm sure the father brought some uncles. I want you to sit this Kojo down so that talk some sense into his brain. Perhaps uncle spoke, he didn't listen. Auntie spoke, he didn't listen. Maybe they brought some of the key people he respected, he didn't listen. And finally, they all came to the father and said, hey, you know what? What will give it to him and let him go. So you see, the Bible says he grabbed everything, he left to a very far country because he didn't want to get to the same locality so that the father would be monitoring him. He went to a very far country, he had everything. Bible said he spent it, he wasted every resources, and now he came to ground zero. He had nothing left. He was left with nothing, and the Bible said he was now hungry and he didn't have any money to sustain him. Now he had to go look for a job. A kind of a laborer, a job that he wasn't ready for, was not a decent work for him. You can't help those who don't know they have a problem. Are you hearing me? And I can imagine the gentleman in the morning when he went to his friends and asking for some money. They put the LP. You remember those gramophone plates? You know, whether it will use a pin. You remember during those we call gramophone, an LP, very long plate. You pick it, and then it will be rolling with a pin. How many of you came to meet this gramophone? So I'm sure when they went to his friends, then the friend picked up one of the LP songs and put it there. Aye, aye, aye. So number one, you cannot help someone who doesn't know he has a problem. No wonder Nehemiah went to Israel, and when he went back, he asked them, do you see the situation you are in? For 20, 30 years, they didn't know they were in a state of shame, disgrace, and reproach. So the first group of people you cannot help in this life is that those who don't know that they have a problem.
Ow.
It is a very serious state because you are watching the person sliding into destruction and he thinks it's okay.